Section 1. Introduction, birth of a movement. Pop art emerged in the mid-20th century, marking a radical departure from the abstract expressionist movement. This new art form drew its inspiration from popular culture, including comic books, advertising, and everyday objects. Artists like Andy Warhol, Roy Lichtenstein, and Jasper Johns became synonymous with pop art. These artists challenged traditional notions of what constituted fine art, embracing mass production and consumerism. Their works often featured bold colors, repetition, and easily recognizable imagery. Pop art was a reaction against the elitism of the art world, aiming to make art accessible to the masses. It originated in Britain in the 1950s, but quickly gained momentum in the United States during the 1960s. The movement coincided with a period of significant social and cultural change. The post-war economic boom led to a surge in consumerism, while mass media, particularly television, began to play a more prominent role in people's lives. Pop art reflected these societal shifts, capturing the spirit of a generation captivated by celebrity culture, brand names, and the allure of the American dream. It provided a commentary on the evolving landscape of society. Section 2. Advertising and consumerism, the soul of pop art. Advertising and consumerism were at the heart of pop art. Artists appropriated images from billboards, magazines, and product packaging, transforming these familiar symbols into works of art. This challenged the traditional boundaries between high art and low culture. Pop artists questioned the very nature of art itself, blurring the lines between commerce and creativity. Warhol's iconic Campbell's Soup Can series is a prime example. He elevated a mundane consumer product to the status of high art. This act of appropriation forced viewers to confront the pervasiveness of advertising in their lives, questioning the allure and seduction of consumer culture. Pop art embraced the language of mass media using bold colors, graphic lines, and repetitive patterns. These techniques, borrowed from advertising and comic books, aimed to capture the attention of the viewer, creating works that were instantly recognizable and impactful. This reflected the growing influence of mass media on society. Section 3. Everyday icons, elevating the mundane. Pop art celebrated the mundane, transforming ordinary objects into extraordinary subjects. Artists like Warhol and Lichtenstein took everyday items out of their usual context and presented them in a new light. This elevation of the ordinary challenged traditional artistic hierarchies. Warhol's Brillo boxes, for example, replicated commercial packaging and presented these replicas as sculptures. This questioned the distinction between art and everyday objects, forcing viewers to reconsider their perceptions of value and meaning. Lichtenstein's comic book-inspired paintings similarly elevated popular imagery. He enlarged and reproduced comic book panels, highlighting the bold lines, primary colors, and melodramatic narratives of this medium. By appropriating these images, Lichtenstein brought them into the realm of fine art, challenging viewers to appreciate the artistic merit of a traditionally overlooked form of visual culture. In essence, pop art democratized art, making it accessible to a wider audience. Section 4. Stars and Soup Cans, Warhol's World of Repetition. Andy Warhol is perhaps the most recognizable figure of the pop art movement. His works epitomize the movement's fascination with mass production, celebrity culture, and the American dream. Warhol's use of repetition was central to his artistic practice. He employed techniques like silkscreen printing to create multiple copies of the same image, reflecting the mass-produced nature of consumer goods. This also commented on the media's tendency to saturate society with repetitive imagery. Warhol's Marilyn diptych, featuring repeated images of Marilyn Monroe, is a powerful example. The work explores the cult of celebrity and the fleeting nature of fame. The repeated images, each slightly different, suggest the mass production of Monroe's image and hint at the artificiality of celebrity persona. Warhol's Campbell's Soup Cans series similarly exemplifies his use of repetition. The identical cans, lined up in rows, evoke the experience of supermarket aisles, highlighting the ubiquity of consumer products in modern life. Section 5. Lichtenstein and the Ben-Day. A comic book legacy. Roy Lichtenstein's name is synonymous with comic book art. He borrowed heavily from this popular medium. His works captured the bold lines, vibrant colors, and dramatic narratives of comic strips. Lichtenstein's signature style involved enlarging comic book panels, He meticulously recreated them using oil paint. His technique involved the use of Ben-Day dots. These dots, a printing technique used in comics, created the illusion of color and shading. Lichtenstein's adaptation of Ben-Day dots became a hallmark of his work. It emphasized the artificiality of his source material. It also highlighted the ways in which mass media simplifies and distorts reality. His works often featured melodramatic scenes of romance, war, and adventure. These scenes, taken out of context, became both humorous and thought-provoking. Lichtenstein's art challenged traditional notions of good taste in art. He forced viewers to confront the pervasive influence of popular culture. Section 6. Beyond the canvas, pop art's influence on design and fashion. Pop art's influence extended far beyond the walls of art galleries. Its impact could be felt in various aspects of popular culture. Design, fashion, and advertising all embrace the movement's bold aesthetics and playful sensibility. Pop art's bold colors, graphic patterns, and playful use of imagery infiltrated the world of design. Furniture, textiles, and household objects adopted the movement's aesthetic. This resulted in a surge in products featuring bright hues, geometric shapes, and pop culture references. The fashion industry, too, embraced pop art's vibrant aesthetic. Designers incorporated bold prints, geometric patterns, and pop art motifs into their creations. This resulted in clothing and accessories that reflected the movement's playful and irreverent spirit. Advertising, the very medium that inspired pop art, also felt its influence. Advertisers adopted pop art's bold graphics, catchy slogans, and use of humor to create eye-catching campaigns. This reflected a growing understanding of the power of visual communication. Pop art was not merely a celebration of popular culture. It also served as a critical commentary on the values and anxieties of post-war society. Artists like Warhol and Lichtenstein used their art to explore themes of consumerism, mass media, and celebrity culture. Warhol's repetitive images of consumer products such as soup cans and Brillo boxes highlighted the pervasiveness of advertising and the allure of brand names. His works questioned the meaning and value assigned to objects in a consumerist society. Lichtenstein's comic book-inspired paintings, with their exaggerated emotions and dramatic narratives, provided a commentary on the ways in which mass media shapes our perceptions of reality. His works suggested that the line between fiction and reality was becoming increasingly blurred. Pop art also addressed the rise of celebrity culture. Warhol's portraits of Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, and other icons explored the nature of fame, the cult of celebrity, and the fleeting nature of public adoration. His work suggested that celebrity was often a manufactured commodity. And while pop art originated in Britain and flourished in the United States, its influence quickly spread across the globe. Artists around the world embraced the movement's principles, adapting them to their own cultural contexts. In Britain, artists like Richard Hamilton and Edoardo Paolozzi explored themes of consumerism and mass media in their works. Their art reflected the growing influence of American culture on British society in the post-war era. In Japan, artists like Yayoi Kusama and Takashi Murakami drew inspiration from pop art's bold aesthetics and use of repetition. Their works often combined elements of traditional Japanese art with Western pop culture imagery. Pop art's global reach demonstrated its ability to transcend cultural boundaries. The movement's themes of consumerism, mass media, and celebrity culture resonated with audiences worldwide. This highlighted the increasingly interconnected nature of the world. Pop art's legacy extends far beyond the confines of art history books. The movement's influence continues to be felt in contemporary art, design, fashion, and popular culture. Its bold aesthetics and playful sensibility remain as relevant as ever. Street art in particular owes a debt to pop art. Artists like Banksy and Shepard Fairey have adopted pop art's use of bold imagery, social commentary, and public spaces to create works that engage with contemporary issues. Pop art's influence can also be seen in the work of contemporary artists like Jeff Koons and Takashi Murakami. These artists continue to explore themes of consumerism, celebrity culture, and the mass media, often blurring the lines between high art and popular culture. The legacy of pop art lies in its ability to make art accessible to the masses. By embracing popular culture and challenging artistic hierarchies, pop art broke down barriers between art and everyday life. Its influence continues to shape the way we see the world around us. Pop art was a transformative movement. It redefined art's relationship with popular culture. It brought everyday objects into the gallery space. Pop art challenged traditional notions of what art should be. It embraced mass production, consumerism, and celebrity culture. Artists like Warhol and Lichtenstein became icons. They captured the spirit of a changing world. Pop art's legacy is vast. It influenced design, fashion, and advertising. Its bold aesthetics and social commentary continue to resonate today. From street art to contemporary galleries, pop art's impact is undeniable. It remains a powerful reminder that art can be found in the most unexpected places. Pop art encourages us to look at the world with fresh eyes. It reminds us to question the familiar and to find beauty in the everyday.